Most of the COVID-19 winners have cooled over the last couple of days, but not all of them. A handful have been able to keep roaring. Stocks like Zebra Technologies, that's a leading player in the enterprise asset intelligence space. I know that sounds really confusing, but we're going to get to it. Zebra created end-to-end solutions that help its clients track everything from people to equipment to data. Now, we last heard from them in April when we had CEO Anders Gustafsson on the show. And he told us a terrific story about how Zebra's an essential cog in the e-commerce machine at a time when the whole world is going digital. Continual theme for the show. At the time, the stock was trading at 178. I sure hope you listen, because today it was at 257. And it also made a new all-time high intraday at 263. We know Zebra's in good shape because it reported a better than feared quarter a month ago with some solid guidance for the period. Now we need to know if this strength is sustainable. Let's talk to Anders Gustafsson. He's the bankable CEO of Zebra Technologies to learn more about what's fueling this rally. Mr. Gustafsson, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
When I think of your company, sir, I used to think of it a barcode company and scanning. I am now seeing things, whether it be the post office contract, whether it be the 40,000 unit a retail contract, or perhaps most important, what you're doing with COVID-19, temporary hospitals, drive-through testing. We can't do these things without Zebra. Let's talk about that last, about what you're doing COVID-19, both here and in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, so we have been very active with helping to set up pop-up hospitals, drive-through test facilities, to support the patient admissions, the whole process of bedside care, as well as tracking specimens for testing, all the way from drawing blood in a vial to being able to deliver test results back to the patients.
And this is because it's mistake-free, correct, sir?
Yeah, we can enable basically reduced error rates very, very substantially. So we can make it I'm not sure mistake free, but we're quite right, but close to it.
Okay, now to win a 40,000 a unit, and I don't know if it's one of the world's largest mass purchase, 40,000 purchase of your mobile printers. What that tells me is that you're integrally involved with the Omni-channel, that it's no longer just the front of the store, back of the store. You need to do far more than that. It's really hard to keep track of inventory, and you need Zebra.
Yeah, so that was a big contract for us, and we're certainly very pleased for that. And that was to be used for omni-channel, or buy online, pick up in store, or pick up curbside. And if you think of that process, today you tend to walk in yourself and physically walk up and down the aisles and put all your goods in your basket, and then go to a cashier for the checkout. In a buy online, pick up in store scenario, you have to identify the right person to pick the merchandise for you. That person has to download a shopping list, get a Wayfinder application to help them through the store, and scan each of the items as they put them in the basket. And then lastly, do a mobile point of sale checkout and put it in a bag which can be labeled that this bag is for Jim and not for Anders, so it goes to the right person.
All right, now there were issues that would have your franchise is so strong, you were able to overcome something that was rather remarkable. Some supply chain issues, whether it be the shutdown in China or the actual movement, because you are doing more diverse sourcing, the movement to Malaysia and to Vietnam, and yet it didn't really interrupt your earnings. How are you able to move around all these parts?
Well, we have a very strong supply chain team, and I think they worked wonders to be able to navigate the whole coronavirus situation, and as well as all the tariff issues earlier. For us, the coronavirus situation started off as a supply issue, and we were somewhat late in getting some of the products to the U.S. and Europe in the quarter, so we had some higher expedite charges for that, but we were able to navigate it, I think, as well as we could have hoped.
Well, can we expect that as Zebra, let's say, transitions out of some of China, that if the president decides to really take this trade war to another level, Zebra will not be hurt by it?
Yeah, so from a supply perspective, we will have, by the end of this quarter, largely, we will be have enough capacity to satisfy the U.S. demand. So half of our capacity will be outside of China at that point. So from a supply perspective, we shouldn't see much of an impact, if any. From a demand perspective, China is a relatively modest part of our overall business, about 5%. We are over-indexed to manufacturing there. So if there were to be further tension, you would expect that maybe those manufacturers will move, and I would expect that we will move with them. So we will be able to replicate the lines they have set up in China, outside of China, wherever that might be. So we should be able to retain that business.
Well, that could be additive, because that way the tariffs are somewhat onerous for you. If you move enough to Vietnam and Malaysia, the tariffs go away for that business and your earnings increase.
Yes, so tariffs have been quite substantial for us, and we Q1 was what we expected to be the strong, the heaviest load of tariffs, and be minimized in Q2 and largely be behind us in Q3.
All right, look, I want to congratulate you on picking up 80 points since we saw you last, which was not that long ago. Anders Gustafsson, CEO of Zebra Technologies. Always good to see you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All-time high, ZBRA, and why not? It's in the middle of everything having to do with commerce. Stick with Cramer.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.